Hi, welcome back. So now in this video we'll be looking into settings options. So if you see this, you might have seen this site title or tagline in customization. So these are the general settings for our website, that is for a WordPress website. So if you see here, you can change your site title or you can give a tagline to it. Sorry, you can change your WordPress address URL and site address URL. That is nothing but, if you want, you can, your WordPress, that is your website, can be www.domain.com and your site address can be directly domain.com. It no need to be the same. So again, it depends on your requirement and the request. And you can give your administration email, so that whenever you forget your password, you will get a link to reset your password to that particular mail ID. And when you see the membership here, you can see that anyone can register. So if you check this, anyone can get registered to your website, and when they get registered, what would be their default role? So these are the options that you can give. They can be a contributor, they can be an author, or they can be an editor, or they can be a subscriber. Giving an administrator is not a good idea, and it's also not preferable. So for basically everyone will be giving it to a subscriber whenever your website is of an informational website. If at all you think your website needs to be given an information by the users or give their inputs by the users, then you can give them a author or contributor option. And this is your site language, so you can select your site language and time zone, and when your week starts, and how to mention the time and date for your posts and all. Next is your writing. So writing is nothing but what are the categories that you have, what are the standard formats, that is the default format, and if you have any SMTP servers, you can just mention it here, so that you can use that particular third-party tool to access it. So next is your reading. Next comes the reading. So reading, as I said, your post page will be displayed in the home page. If we don't want that, we need to select a static page, and then for that static page we need to select a sample page or any other pages as your home page. And here's a list of blogs that can be shown in a particular page, and the feeds that can be shown. So this is it. For each post in a feed, include full text or summary. So including summary is a preferred option. So again, here if you uncheck this, your website gets indexed by Google or any other places. If at all you have integrated Google links or Google Webmaster Tool links, again it comes under SEO part. Next is our discussion. So discussion is nothing but a partial extension of comments. So here you can select that who can give a comments to your blog, and how they can give, what should be done when you give a comments, or when someone gives a comments, can it be directly published to the post, or does it require an approval from the administrator? Everything can be operated from here. So if you see, first you have a default post settings. So attempt to notify any blogs linked to from the post. So whenever someone directly mentions or gives a comment to a particular post, the author gets notified for that. Allow link notification, so others can post their links to your comments section. Next is allow people to submit comments on new posts. So if you uncheck this, people won't be getting the option to submit their comments. You can just read the data from it. So in a similar way, you have multiple options here. You can check the avatars, and you can even create your own avatar if you are going to comment it and all. So this is how your discussion section works. Next is your media. So these are your default sizes that are available, so you can make the changes. So if you want to have a thumbnail size throughout your website with a particular width and height, you can mention it here, and for the medium size and large size. So whenever you make the changes, the original file that you upload gets converted to these three files apart from the original. So whenever you upload an image which has some XY resolution, that gets duplicated with a resolution equal to your thumbnail size and a medium size and a large size. So whenever you upload an image, it must be greater than your large size. If it is not, then your image gets blurred whenever they are using, or whenever the user is visiting your website from larger devices like projectors or 2K resolution monitors or a 4K resolution monitors. So whenever you upload a image, just keep in mind that it is having a large size that is greater than the mentioned size here. Next is your permalinks. Permalinks is nothing but a link how your website will be seen by the user. So if you see here, this is how current URL looks. So since this is not a preferred one for from the SEO part of view, and even if someone wants to remember it, it's a lengthy one. What we generally do is we'll use the post name. So our URL will be www.domainname/category name/post name. So you can change it here whenever you wanted. You can add your year, month, date, or hour, minute, whatever you wanted. You can even add your category or author depending on your website requirement. And this is your category base and tag base. You can mention it here if you want. You see, like topics. So instead of topics, you can give your category base, that is mobiles, laptops, anything. And next is your privacy policy. So you can make your create your privacy policy page, and you can mention it here. And these are the policy guides that has to be done. So these are the privacy policies as per the website also. So, as per the themes. So whenever you install a theme, the privacy policy of that particular theme also gets copied here. So this is a whole options available in the dashboard. From the next video, we will be looking how to create your website by selecting a particular theme and a particular plugins depending on that, and how you can upload a data into your browser and how can you make it optimized. Until then, stay tuned, and in the next video I'll also tell you how you can create or install a WordPress on your cloud instances or EC2 services or in your server. Until then, bye.